Hello, everybody, and welcome to Law and Society. Today, I want to talk to you about the state of the world. I have specified a lot of information on my channel to Donald Trump's legal proceedings, and I believe that is important because it goes to the heart of the American Republic. And the importance of the American Republic in the global stage cannot be discounted. The American spirit and the spirit of liberty and democracy is still a beacon all around the world. And I felt a need to address that. But I also cannot any longer not talk about what's happening around the world. We already know hundreds of thousands of people have died in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. We also learned a couple of days ago, yesterday, that Israel has declared war on Hamas, which is a militant group occupying what would be Palestine. So I want to first preface it by saying that I don't know much about the geopolitics of the Middle East. I don't know much about the geopolitics of the Soviet Union because I didn't study those issues, and I'm not going to sit here and, preach about something that I don't understand. What I do understand is the pain and suffering that innocent people endure when there is a war. And the destabilizing effect of something like a war, or in this situation, in our state, in the world today, it's not just a war as brutal as Ukraine and Russia and now Israel and Hamas, but also the brutality of regimes like the one in Myanmar and in Syria and in Russia and in Saudi Arabia and in other regimes in China where the onus of governance has moved from the preservation of society and the upliftment of society to the control of society and the display of power by one entity. A unified showing of the ruling class of largely men who decide how the world will be run. Now, most people, including myself, I cannot say that I have a problem with people seeking power, but I do have a huge problem with people exploiting that power, people using that power irresponsibly, and people causing, by the way of that power, untold damage and harm to generations of people. I understand that basic suffering, and I believe that anybody who thinks about their life being destabilized, utterly destabilized, turned upside down, you have to move and immigrate somewhere else, you have to find your own identity, and you have to then try to assimilate yourself into whatever foreign entity that you have now made your own. That anguish, that anxiousness, that apprehension, that fear, and the bravery in the face of that, the courage in the face of that, we're seeing all of that bear out right in front of us, all over the world. And we're seeing that in the southern border of the United States with an influx of people who want refuge and asylum. And we're seeing the American immigration system unable to cope with that influx. I believe that if there's a will, there's a way. I believe that federal funding should be guiding and helping sanctuary cities to accommodate all these refugee seeker, asylum seekers who want a better world, because America needs that workforce. America needs that manufacturing engine. America needs people who will do the menial labor, because more and more people who are generationally American have their dreams of going to college and then the getting a job and living the American dream. And that's what these people want for their lives, and if not them, their children. So the American immigration system needs to be able to accommodate this fast changing world where a climate refugee and a political refugee and asylum seekers for various reasons, whether them be personal safety or social safety, are coming to places seeking asylum and help. And I believe that it is now time for America and the world to accept these people with open arms and not repeat the same ostracization and same pain and agony of assimilation that so many other generations before the ones coming in today have had to face. Looking at it from an American perspective, it is our duty to keep our brothers and sisters. That is how the American spirit has always been. And there's always been resistance to it. There's always been the fear of the other. And that is a legitimate fear of the other. We don't know these people coming in. Well, you know what the solution is to that? Is getting to know them. Humanize them. Realize their pain. Empathize with their situation. And that is what civilians around the world have to do in whatever capacity they can. If all you can do is talk about it, then find ways to communicate with people that will get the message across that humanity still has the ability to recover. We still have the chance of not slipping down the slippery slope of climate catastrophe. We still have the chance to turn back the tide of war. We still have the opportunity to show the human spirit, the biggest and brightest side of which is our love and our understanding for the things that we don't understand. And that's where courage and bravery comes in, to be able to let into your world and your life something or somebody who has so many experiences different than yours that they can only enrich your life, and give them the chance to learn your culture as well and open your arms to the culture that you consider yours and the person coming from outside may feel alien to. It's not easy for them, easy for us, easy for me to assimilate. But we have to do that sometimes because the situation demands it. And what we rely upon is the goodness of people. I experienced the goodness of people when I moved countries, and then I moved back countries. I've also experienced the cruelty of people. So I understand the fear that circles around you if you're afraid. But from my personal experience, I believe that love is the stronger force. Empathy is the stronger force. Caring is the stronger force. So with that, I would ask everybody in the world who has humanity left in them to rally against war, to rally against corruption, to rally for democracy, to rally for unity of mind and spirit, and to rally to be able to be heard, that you as an individual have the right to be heard. You as an American have a right to be heard. You as a citizen of the world have a right to be heard. There are many of our sisters and brothers who are suffering, and the least we can do is remember them and keep their struggles alive through our conversations, through our thoughtful cooperation with others who would not otherwise feel comfortable with letting new people in. So we have to have that environment of congeniality, which we are severely lacking today. We have distracted ourselves to the point of social dissolution, and we are seeing an unraveling happen. So we must not let that unraveling happen. We must understand that in diversity is our strength, because the more diverse we are, the more choices we have, the more possibilities we can entertain. With that, I wanted to say thank you so much for listening. If you like my channel, please subscribe to it. And if you like my videos, please share them and like them. And I will talk to you soon.